Hello everyone, James S. Cassidy here with another M-Blog. That's right, a Naruto blog where you get to ask me questions about the manga and I will answer you to the best of my abilities, whether it be an opinion, a fact, or whatever comes to your mind. Just send them on in, I will do the best I can to give you the answers that you seek. Anyway, this week we're going to talk about crazy theories. Now I know what you're thinking. What is a crazy theory, and what is defined as a crazy theory? Well, I'm going to tell you. A crazy theory, at least in this sense, is when somebody predicts a theory about this manga or predicts what they want to see come from this manga, but then realize that their theory comes way out of left field. I mean, so far out of left field that it's probably never going to happen in a million years. Now, keep in mind, yes, this is a fictional story, and I know every theory has a chance of being possible, as the writer can basically do whatever they want. However, there are certain standards to theories where I think you have to base it on what are facts, what is, what happened in the manga so far, what is the writer's standards, what are their practices, basically that genre savvy that you hear Steve in the podcast sometimes describe. It's basically just, you understand what kind of writing practices occur, and you apply them to the manga, making a prediction based upon that. Like, if you see one character do one thing, and you've seen so many times other characters in other practice stories do something of a similar outcome that you think is going to happen, then yeah, that is a educated guess on what might be a good theory. Crazy theories, however, are just basically something that's completely left field, that has nothing to do with the manga itself, like saying oh, Sasuke is actually a woman. Well, that goes against every theory that goes against everything in the manga that's already been established, because we know he's a guy, we know he's this, and we know all the other facts that just goes against it. However, that's just an example. It's not really what a theory has been going around. I'm just showing you, giving an example of what kind of theory it is. Anyway, this one, this actually is not the video about the crazy theories. This is actually a prequel to it, because this is a theory that's been going around. It's not exactly a crazy theory, more like a miscommunication and a confusion with a certain panel. I bet you know what panel that is, and that is the Chapter 631 panel with Minato. Now, you're probably thinking, didn't you just cover this in your own M-Blog 631? Actually, I didn't. I kind of skipped out on this one, and I feel I need to explain it. That's why I'm making this separate one. In this one, a lot of people are confusing what Minato meant by girlfriend, and some people are even going so far as to say that, well, he confused Naruto because he didn't say girlfriend as a lover, he said girlfriend as in a girl who is a friend, not a lover. And I know some people are saying this, and it's total crap. It really is. It's absolute bullshit that they bring this up, because it's not what it is, and I'll show you why. First, I'm going to bring up the original panel up here. There we are. So this is the original Raw. Now, I've actually talked to some people, some friends, who are fluent in Japanese, and actually told me what these symbols mean, because let's face it, I'm not fluent in Japanese. Now they gave me all the information, so I'm 100% sure this is all fact. There's no pairing bias. This is what it is. I'm translating this with the help of friends as it is. There is no confusion. There's going to be no confusion of this one, because I'm going to prove it to you. Our biggest, what we're actually going to look at, our biggest proof is these three symbols, and I'll highlight them here. There we go. These three symbols are probably the most important, and, well, obviously you can't see them from here, so I'm going to blow them up to the side. There we are. So these three symbols, these are the most important. This is the context of the question. As you notice, you got the two symbols on the bottom and the one symbol on top. The two symbols down at the bottom are girlfriend or lover. At least that's what it's translated to. That's what my friends told me. It means kanojo. I'm not fluent in Japanese, so I don't know. You guys probably would know better than me, but I'll put this information down somewhere on the paper. But yeah, so it actually is a translation meaning girlfriend. It could mean girlfriend. It could mean lover. It actually does mean girl who is a friend, or it can. I said in the last podcast that there was no such word, but I was mistaken. I apologize for that. I'm just going for straight facts here. Yes, it actually can mean a girl who is a friend. However, in this context, it does not mean that. It actually means a girlfriend as in a lover, and I'll tell you why. Because of that symbol right there. This symbol is actually one of the most important out of this whole sentence because it is what defines the noun. It's basically the possessive that belongs to the noun. You know, if you've ever taken Spanish, there's also that possessive that follows the noun to make sure that it's to make sure that you're referring to one or the other. You know, tu madre, your mother. You know, basically. So it's important. This is important. So I stress it is important. It is important because this symbol is what defines what kind of girlfriend these two words translate to. And because it is possessive, Minato is actually literally asking, "Are you his girlfriend?" That is literally what he is saying. Are you his girlfriend? There's no mistranslation. This isn't comparing bias. It is what it is. Because of this symbol, this kanji, this word right here, it means, "Are you his girlfriend?" That's literally what it says. Not making it up. Japanese friends translated it for me. Again, emphasis. I did my research. I found the sources. I have the raw. I just trying to show you so there is no confusion. It does mean it does mean, "Are you his girlfriend?" Which, girlfriend as in lover, not girl as in friend. Now here's where an opinion comes in. Let me ask you something. Yes, you're the one sitting there listening to my sexy voice. Let me ask you, what kind of context does it put to have Minato say, "Oh, are you his girl who just so happens to be a friend?" That makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever for Minato to ask something like that. If we all know from real life, at least I know this, I've had my parents ask me if a certain girl is a girlfriend, or if I should, have I been trying to date her, or anything of that sort. It's happened quite a lot. I'm pretty sure it's happened to you, at least for the gentlemen out there, for you females. It's probably like, "Oh, are you dating that boy? Do you have a fancy for that boy?" Or I guess if you're if you're into the same sex thing, but I digress. It's still the same thing. You've been through that situation. Nowhere in my life has I had my mother go, "Oh, is this that girl who is your friend?" No, that's just a silly question. That really is just a silly question, and really is just so stupid. Now, another thing that actually supports what Minato asked Sakura is that if you notice, Naruto answers the question for her, and he says more or less, basically. He says, "Yeah, more or less, sort of, and she hits him. Now, if you remember every other manga or anime that has this sort of, lovers setup, you notice that whenever a guy says something openly about a relationship or something, the girl kind of gets jealous about it. Or if anybody implies something about a relationship, they kind of get jealous about it, and they actually hit the guy that supposedly they have a relationship with, for whatever reason, because they're tsundere, because they're whatever, because they're trying to prove that they're not in a relationship or something. Here we have Sakura literally hitting Naruto and saying, "Shut up," basically just shut up. It's not for everyone else to know about. It's embarrassing information. Now, if Minato was asking Sakura, "Are you his girl who happens to be a friend?" why would she be embarrassed by that? Really, why would she be embarrassed by Naruto asking that sort of question? And for that matter, why would Naruto be confused whether the difference between a girlfriend and a girl who is a friend? Really, why would you be really confused by that? Truth be told, this is just other fandoms trying to come up with crap to make this scene less obvious, to try to take the context away from the scene. And the sad part is, it doesn't work like that. Just because you don't want to see the context does not mean the context is not what it is. And it's pretty obvious from the beginning what the context is. If you don't want to admit that, that's fine, but that doesn't make it any less of a fact. I'm sorry, Narahina fans, Sasasaka fans, it is what it is. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. It's not gonna change because you don't want it to be like that. It's not gonna change what you want out of it. It is what it is. And if you're unwilling to accept that, if you're unwilling to not deny this stuff, to actually accept that it is what it is, then you're going to be in for major disappointment down the road. And I know you are because of Chapter 662. And let's face it, I know how pissed off you are about that chapter. You could sit here and deny it to me and saying that, oh, I don't see Narasaku as a threat. They're dead. They died ever since Sakura's confession. Yeah, crap. I've seen the posts that you make on Tumblr and Twitter and a whole bunch of places, and it's not pretty. It isn't. I've seen other forums like Naruto Base being shut down because of this stuff. Because of you just raging so hard because you refuse to accept something. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. You can either accept it and move on and hope for the better in the future, or you cannot and deny it throughout the whole thing, be disappointed by the end, and then all you have left is your own bitter self and maybe fan fiction to fan wank all you want. But I'm really, really sorry. It is what it is. I know there are some decent Narahina fans and Sasasaka fans out there that know where I'm coming from with this, that know that, yeah, just because they like that pairing doesn't mean it raises the facts about things. But as I said, it is what it is. I'm really sorry, but it is what it is. Either accept it or don't. I'm James S. Cassidy, saying, till next time.